pick up with number 18. And on this one it says, find the standard equation of a parabola has a vertex -1, 4. Do you remember the standard equation of a parabola? B equals a x minus h squared plus k. H stands for the x coordinate of the vertex. K is the y coordinate of the vertex. So at -1, 4, x minus -1 plus 4. So it's going to be x plus 1 squared minus 4 plus 4. So it should be a. All right?
I thought that it was supposed to be the opposite.
It is the opposite. -1 turns into a plus 1. Okay. Number 19. Do you remember how to express this quadratic in the form of a x minus h squared plus k? You have to add something, and at the same time you have to subtract the same thing. You're adding 0 to one side of it. So when you do that, you're going to complete the square, sort of. -7, and you're going to subtract 49. If you add 0 to something, it doesn't change. You're just changing the looks of it. So you have x minus 7 squared plus 4. So that should be B. Okay? So you have to complete the square twice. Do you remember what the point was for when I asked you to find the standard equation of a parabola? The vertex is easy. What's the point for? Yeah, helps you to find A. You use the vertex to get the first part of it. Y equals a x minus 0 squared minus 3. And then you put in your point to find out what A is. Okay? So, your equation is going to be y equals a x squared minus 3. You just got to figure out what A is. So to find A, you put in your point. To find A, you put in 2 and 17. 17 equals a times 2 squared minus 3. 20 equals 4a. A equals 5. So the answer should give you y equals 5x squared minus 3. Or you can still keep the 0 if you want to. Minus x squared minus 3. Either way, it's the same thing. Okay. I squared it. You have to put 2 in there and you have to square it. So I add 3 to both sides. And then I got 20. So it looks like the answer is going to be C? E. Oh, the 5x is inside, sorry. E. Okay. 5x squared minus 3. All right, 21. I'll rewrite the question on the other side. F plus G of 4. I said we didn't need a whole lot of rules for this. You should just be able to read it and understand it. So you remember what this means. You put 4 in the equation of F. 16 plus 1 is 17. You put 4 in the equation for G and you get 16. And this says you add them together. Plus sign. So it's F of 4 plus G of 4. Okay? So you should end up with 33. D.
Yeah.
Okay. Composites we talked about for a day. Should remember that. And then the rest of the lecture notes, whatever's online. But do you remember what f of g of x means? It's where you substitute g of x in for all the x's of f. So the first thing you're going to do is you'll put x into the g function and come out with the square. So g of x equals the square root of x plus 8. Okay? You put that into all the x's of f, you come up with the square root of x plus 8 squared minus 6 times the square root of x plus 8. Okay? The square root of a quantity squared is just going to be that quantity x plus 8. And you really can't simplify this anymore, so you just leave it. You end up with A. Anybody do 23? So what's 0 going to go first? N for the x's of which function? G. Because G is on the inside. So that is going to equal 5. G of 0 equals 5. So now I have this simplified. F of 5. So what do you do with the 5 now? Yeah, put in the x of the function labeled f. So f of 5 equals 5 squared minus 64. 25 minus 64 is negative 39. That's none of them. Oh, you got to solve it. I was putting 0 in for it. Nice. Isn't that fun? Yeah, it was. So f, good practice for f of g of 0. G of x is x plus 5. You put in the equation squared minus 64. Now you say equals 0. I see. And you solve it. X plus 5 squared equals 64. X equals plus 5 equals plus or minus 8. Yeah, so you take 5 plus or negative 5 plus 8. Negative 5 plus 8, or you take negative 5 minus 8. You get two answers.
Or could you just do like x squared plus 10x plus 25 and then do the quadratic formula and calculate it?
Sure.
You can just put negative 5 plus 1.
Well, you got to figure out which one that is. Negative 5 plus 8 is 3, isn't it? And there's 3 of those. And negative 5 minus 8 is negative 13, so it's A. Getting close to the end. It is. The volume of a conical pile of sand is increasing at a rate of 576 pi cubic feet per minute. And the height of the pile is always equal to the radius of the base. Express r as a function of time in minutes, assuming r equals 0 and t equals 0. How do you find the volume of a conical pile? It's in your book. It's a cone. It's an ice cream cone, upside down. Oh, because they don't want people to moosh it over. It's in your book. You're going to have to make an effort to turn the page, either the front cover or the back cover. It's there.
Equals 1/3 pi r squared.
Good. Well, is that the volume of a cone? Yeah. 1/3 what?
1/3 pi r squared h.
Pi r squared h. Okay. Yeah. It gives you something to study tonight. Anytime you take the volume of something, 576 pi, sorry. Anytime you take the rate of something, you take the original amount and put it over time. So you divide both sides by time. That gives you a rate. In case you didn't know it, if you traveled 12 feet and did so in 5 seconds, your rate would be 12/5 of a foot per second. You just take anything and put it over time and you have a rate. So in this case, in place of this V of t, you put in 576 pi. And the height of the pile is always equal to the radius. That means h equals r. Right? So now I have 1/3 pi r cubed over t. Well, in place of the other h, I put the r. It says express r as a function of time. Do you remember what that means? Express r as a function of time. Every time we get to those problems, I underline it. This means you have to get r equals out of your equation using your algebra. How do you get r equals? Multiply both sides by time, good. 576 pi t equals 1/3 pi r cubed. Yep, multiply it by 3. I don't know what that is. That's a big number. 1,728. Pi t equals pi r cubed. Divide by pi. Check. The pi's are gone. Now what? Cube root. So r equals the cube root of 1728 t. So we didn't do the specific problem, but we've done problems where you have to write as a function of another variable. As a function of. What is the cube root of 1728? Is it something nifty or not really? Is it really? Nice! It is E.
Where did you get A? Isn't it 12 pi t?
We divide the pi's off.
Oh, yeah.
It is.
So it's 12.
Well, the t is still inside the cube root. The 12 came outside, the t stayed there.
Oh.
All right? Now the last one, it's multiple choice with this graph. This is your original function, f of x. It wants to know if that's f of x, how did you change that equation to get this one? Did you A, drop it down 4, B, move it up 1, C, move it to the left 4, D, move it to the right 1, or E, move it up 4? Which one did you move this equation to get the final answer? So you moved it down 4? So the answer is A. Okay? If you've been here, you would think so. A lot of people missed that when they took the actual test. They thought it was the same question, they just put A, they didn't even think about it. They wanted to be done. Couldn't get done. Get out of there. Get done.
It's not the same question.
What? I know, but some people just like, yeah, get done, get out of the way, move on. Now we bring up our second point. The assignment for tomorrow, besides studying, are the every other odds. Look at that, a right circular cone, the filling of the pool. You can omit 79 because you're only going to 77.
Yay.
Any questions on the homework? Yep. 41. Alex, turn around, please. You got your pencil? Write down 41. This ought to be interesting. I've never done these problems before, but it looks like fun. Looks like it. Find the center of the small circle.
I wish wish that was all we had to do was put a little.
I know.
There.
Like there's a dot, found it? Yeah.
It's right there. Right in the middle.
Any ideas?
I'm gonna guess 3,
You're supposed to find the center of this.
3.
1, 2, 3.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, it is.
1, 2, 3.
No, 3's a little bit above that, though.
So like a 3
It's
is
like-
like a 2.8.
2.8. That's it.
I don't know. It says the radius is 3, right? So this is 3, and this is 1, so this is 4, isn't it?
Yeah. Gotcha.
Well, how do you know the,
Oh no.
um,
Not that again.
45 degrees.
Still,
This is 4. 45 degrees? You've already had this. How do you label this triangle? 45, 45, 90?
Yes.
What's the reference triangle for 45, 45, 90?
There's a root 2, a 1, and a 1.
There you go, x, x, x root 2. So what's x going to equal?
4. X root 2 is going to equal 4. Right?
Yeah, x root 2 is going to equal 4. So that means x equals 4 divided by root 2. So you square it out. You end up with 2 root 2. So this is 2 root 2, and this is 2 root 2. Okay.
So like
Or you go exact value. Hmm? No? I don't think so.
I can put 7 square root of 8, 8 square root of 8, and square root of 8.
So it is like 2.8.
The square root of 8.
2.8, 2.8.
How do you simplify the square root of 8?
Like, that's genius.
You just simplified it farther.
Yeah, I just use this, right. Okay.
we totally have it right. This
Sure.
You're so lucky me and Caitlin are in this class.
Yeah.
We're like geniuses.
Genius. Hope it lasts for tomorrow. Questions on the homework?
Probably will.
Hope so.
Well, I can feel it.
Any other questions?
Maybe that's why my head hurts.
All right, number 1. Oh, I need to stop the recording.